see. Let's see if we got everything up. Hold on, y'all. See. Hey, repairman, what's up? It's just Jules in the building. Nap, what's up? We got a great podcast tonight. Skinnosphere podcast, episode 8. Does marriage still matter in 2023? Does it still matter on the internet? Does it matter anywhere? TJ, what's up? Make sure y'all hit the like button coming in. We got Savage Royalty in the building. What's up, go getter? The moderators is stepping into the building. The moderators are stepping into the building. So, yes, I think that this here is going to be a great episode tonight. How y'all feeling tonight? It's Monday. Make sure y'all hit the like button. Make sure that you subscribe up, man, to the guest and show her some love as she's coming on here. We don't want to keep her that long, so we're going to get right into it. As y'all file in, y'all already know what time it is. The moderators will direct you to how it goes in this here podcast. If y'all have any questions that y'all just need to get out to Miss Savage Royalty, go ahead and hit the donation link or send a cash app. And this here is not monetized, so definitely support the channel by sending cash app or hitting the donation link that I will pin when it's put in the chat. Excuse me. Big Greg, what up? Also, Miss Royalty's link will be pinned as well. But I guess, man, it's enough of me talking. Let's see what's going on. What's going on? Because time is money. I see y'all.
Damn, son, where'd you find this?
You feel me? We in here, man. Skinnosphere podcast, episode 8. Appreciate that. It's just Jules for putting that down there. Donna, what's up? Yeah, man, my allergies just started messing with me before the show, so you already know what time that is, y'all. Y'all already know what time that is, y'all. But hit the like button on y'all way in. Hit the like button, man. Oh, y'all off in here. Hit the like button. Yeah, go ahead, hit the like button. Don't make us look bad in front of company. Don't make us look bad in front of company. Appreciate that. Go get her, go get her, go get her. But this young lady we're going to bring to the stage. I really enjoy her content. You might know her. We actually covered one of her videos about the Dwight Howard situation. We covered one of her videos. She goes by the name of Savage Royalty. She's been doing this here for about 3 years. Had a channel that was at 60K, and it just got snatched down. So a lot of y'all probably know her already. And disclaimer, she looks young, but she is a married woman. She could be mistaken. Well, you just y'all make the distinction for yourself, but just know that she's been vetted, and she's a married woman. And yeah, so let's go ahead and bring her to the stage. You feel me? None other than Savage Royalty, ladies and gentlemen. Where the applause at?
Hello, everybody.
What's going on?
Hey.
Hey, what's going on?
Hey. Cooling.
Now I had to make a disclaimer, ma'am, because we are currently going through a situation over here. You know what I mean with uh, some content creators, and you probably get this here all the time that you look very young.
I do.
Yeah, but could you
I
just
do.
confirm for the people that you are of age?
I am of age. I am 37 to be exact.
37, y'all. Shout out to 37. Yeah, definitely shout out to 37. Miss Savage Royalty, ladies and gentlemen. Hey, tell the people a little bit about you.
Um, so I'm Savage Royalty. I've been on social media 3 years. Um, I am the owner of SavageRoyalty.com. I am also a news blogger and a talent agent as well on social media. I typically do a lot of exposing of the celebrities, a lot of crime investigations and things like that. Any form of injustice is what I cover. And I'm just, I'm known as uh, a female that speaks the truth, the savage truth. With I really don't really care what the people think. If it is what it is, I say what you want to say, but you're afraid of judgment.
That pretty much sums it up right there. That's how we are over here, matter of fact. Miss Royalty. So I'm just sitting here trying to get these here mics right. Hold on a minute, cause I don't. Okay, there we go. Okay, we on now. We on now. I was like, yo, I'm getting messages that the sound is off. All right,
Okay,
we good now. Hey man, hey, sometimes you gotta tell it like it is, whether they like it or not.
that's it.
So tell them a little bit about your channel,
Um,
where they can
I
find you at, the
Royal
name of it,
Realist,
the new one,
Roy, Royal Realist on YouTube is what
Royal
I
Realness.
Royal Realist, ROYALREALIST. That's my
Royal
YouTube channel.
Realist on
Yes,
YouTube. Yeah, because if
yes,
you try to pull it up by Savage Royalty, it don't come
mm-mm,
up all the time.
yeah. Um, and I cover crimes, celebrity scandal, um, cases, injustice, any type of like viral news when it comes to like mothers or pedophiles and things of that nature is what I cover.
Mm, you might be covering some stories over here pretty soon there. But speaking of what you cover, um you recently covered the Dwight Howard situation
Mhm.
on your channel. How did you feel about that?
Um, I feel like Dwight Howard is more to him than what we see. And because I always tell my viewers all the time is to see these celebrities, you have to see their truth. You first have to disconnect from idolizing them first. And I don't idolize, so
I
I'm
agree.
able to really see what it is. And I feel like that when it comes to the things that's coming out with the Dwight Howard, I mean, we could say allegedly, but me myself personally, I believe him. And when his son is doing the things that he's doing, his son who has been publicized for, having sexual acts with minors, and he's still a minor.
Mm.
I believe that he got that from somewhere. Now, where he got that from, I don't know. Um, but with his ex saying that he said that if his son didn't want to do something sexual, that he was gay.
With the housekeeper, yeah.
Yeah, and so I believe that little boy got it from somewhere. The question is where he got it from,
Mm.
and I want to know that, because I'm one that believes a lot of the things that go into the industry and the secrets in which they don't want us to know about. And I believe that he's seen somebody do something, or it's a part of the culture in which he's living in. Yeah, that's my
What do you
thoughts on.
think? What do you think is the reason why he just won't come out?
I think he won't come out because it's not his time yet.
Oh, okay,
I
okay.
think it's just not his time yet. I think at some point he will, but I just don't think he's not in that lineup yet.
Yeah,
But I think
Queen
he's gonna come
Latifah
out.
waited what, about 40 something years?
Yeah, I think he's gonna be another one of those ones that's gonna wait till he's like 50 or retired from the NBA.
Oh,
Gonna
when
come
it's
out.
like no hope for him to do nothing
Yeah,
else.
nobody's really gonna care. Nobody's gonna say anything. I think he's gonna be one of those.
Okay, okay. Yeah, because I was just wondering, like, I mean, pretty much his NBA career is done now. I was pretty much wondering why. But I mean, it's always been rumors out there anyway. And
Yeah.
hey, I
And
always say
I
maybe
mean, but
one rumor.
how many rumors do we need though?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
How
Maybe
many
one or two.
rumors? Those rumors are not circulating for nothing. They're coming from somewhere.
Facts, facts, facts. So yeah, because it's kind of hard. He put a lot of those those non-disclosures on Royce,
Mm-hmm.
and she was basically saying it like, you know, like he would portray the narrative that his son had all that because of Royce being over there with Royce and her people. But if you listen to the story, she's basically saying like, nah, man, it happened to him. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's weird. If you hear other stories about people that say that they done interacted with him, it's weird. But
Yeah.
um,
It's is a cycle, and I think that he's been muting her for a long time when it comes to the media and how what her putting herself out there. And I think that he's put it to where she can look like the bad person, like
right.
she's the neglecting parent, and because he has the power that he has, it's easy for him.
Hey man, exactly, man. But I wanted to always get your view on that. And I was thinking like, yeah, why won't he just come out? And like you said, it's probably not his time yet. He probably waiting on the ideal time. But do you really have to go out, come out if people know?
Um,
Because like a lot of people saying Diddy may need to come out. But if you know already, do you really need to come out?
I think right now in his situation, it really wouldn't make a difference if he doesn't, if he does, because there's many of us that feel like that he is regardless. That's honestly what I feel like. Whether he come out or not, I'm still gonna think it.
Okay. Okay. Okay, because I just feel like for everybody in general that hey man, just come out.
Yeah.
I mean for everybody, for the community, like if you sitting there saying that you like women, but you displaying this type of behavior, then people could get in trouble. But
Definitely.
especially like when he playing basketball and he playing these here kind of games in the locker room and shit. Like you know what I'm saying? Like it could get ugly with the wrong person.
Definitely.
Could get
Definitely.
wrong with other person. But enough of that. Let's get into what we do over here. You are married.
Yes.
How long you been married?
10 years.
You been married 10 years. Shout out to 10 years. Shout out to 10 years. Now, as you stated before, you're very outspoken. You say what people want to say, but they scared to say.
Hmm.
Um, and 10 years of marriage, that's a century. Not a century. That's a
A
decade.
decade. Yeah.
Yeah, a century is 100. Like so, that's a decade, but that's still not a little bit of time. You in your 30s. So actually, you got married in your 20s.
Hmm.
Explain to the people how that was first getting married so young and like staying married 10 years to where you at now.
Whew. Yeah, I got married pretty young, and it was rough. It was rough.
What
It
was the
wasn't.
exact age? Like what?
I was 25, 26, something like that.
Okay.
Yeah. Um. So it wasn't easy, okay, and it was because I was still young. And when I got with my husband, I was just now coming out of being in the streets, this bad girl, chasing a bad boy. So his type, I really wasn't used to. So it was like, but it ain't been easy. I can tell you that, especially with me being on social media, it hasn't been easy. And I think that what allowed us to get through it was him understanding that I was young, okay? And I was still growing into who I wanted to be. And I always let him know, listen, I am not mentally there, to where I feel like that I can do this marriage thing and really be the wife that I need to be because I'm not mentally there. So we've had those talks. Everything wasn't perfect. Everything wasn't peaches and cream. There was times we was almost in a brink of divorce, you know. But over time and with maturity and understanding and transparency and clarity, we was able to get through it. Now we're living in the happiest times of marriage. And it hasn't been easy on social media at all.
That's
That
what
was
I was gonna
probably
ask you, especially you being a female
yeah.
on social media, and you saying that once y'all got together, expound on that some more, because you said that you was a bad girl
Hmm.
at that time, basically meaning like what you was you chasing the bag,
No, I was in the
was
streets.
you
I was
trapping?
yeah,
Okay, all right, okay, you
yeah.
was
I was
trapping. You
trapping
where
and
you
drugging.
from?
I'm from DC,
Oh, okay,
and
okay. So you was
he
in
was just
Chocolate City trapping.
yeah,
Okay.
Chocolate City trapping,
Yeah.
and he was this military man, so he was real clean cut, and so his life was already lined up,
Yeah.
and I really was having a hard time adjusting to this whole military life thing
I
and
bet he
being this
messing with a
clean
hot
girl.
girl. Shit, all it take is one
Yeah.
shakedown, and hey,
Yeah, like
you out of here,
so it was
Jack.
hard. And so our most challenging part was social media. You know, from me being this I was a city girl, I was always popular, but when it came to social media, I kind of blew up really fast. My name, people began to circulate around me immediately as soon as I pressed the live button.
Mm-hmm.
And so I wasn't really used to this
The
type of
attention.
this a type of it was just like it was an attention,
So,
but it
what
was
year into the marriage did you start seeing that you could be a social media like
oh it's a
personality celebrity?
actually he's seen it before me.
Oh, when he met you.
Yeah, he's seen it when because I used to do executive protection too. So before social media, I was doing executive. This was when I was trying to clean my life up.
Yeah.
So I hopped into executive protection, and he's seen it. He said, "Listen, you don't need to be working for nobody. You need to be on social media. You need to be an entertainer." And I wasn't listening to him. I'm like,
Okay.
I don't. I'm an introvert. I don't like people. I
Yeah.
don't really. I'm not really into this whole people thing. I was actually afraid of social media.
Yeah.
And he's like, you need to do this. And so once I left my career in 2008, and then in 2000 and I mean 2018, and then 2019, I started social media, and it just took off. So he's seen it before me.
Okay. Okay. So it took off in 2019. By
Hmm.
2019, y'all was married like 6 years.
Yeah,
But he
he did.
saw it before
But
then.
he saw it way
But you
before.
wasn't even trying to hear that. You like, yo,
I
man, I'm
wasn't
getting this
no.
bag. I'm trying to stay out the street. Know
Yeah,
what I'm saying? I ain't
I
really.
was like, listen, my thing was I didn't want it's a bunch of strangers. Like my anxiety and it's kind of crazy. I don't want to, when you're from the streets, you got paranoia problems. So I was a
Yeah.
little paranoid. I was
And
a
you
little
don't want to be
paranoid.
around a bunch of people.
Right. I don't want to be around a bunch of people. I did like the fact that there were people watching me and I didn't know who they was.
Yeah.
So but he kind of manifested it and talked about it way before I even did it. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
You got to pardon if you hear some noise in the
It's
background,
okay.
man.
It's
My
okay.
kids, it's you know how it is.
Yeah,
But
he's kids.
yeah, man, that's amazing that he's seen it and he pushed you to do that. So you got on and started going kind of fast. Did he
Hmm.
realize like the ramifications of his wife getting popular on social media?
I
Do
think
you
he
think he was
did.
thinking that far ahead, or was he just like, yo, you need to be
I
an entertainer?
Yeah, I think it scared him for a second because he used to be like, you're gonna find this big old star and you're gonna leave me. And I'm like, no, I'm not going anywhere. Because in his mind, when he began to see how it was going and how big it was getting, he was like, you're gonna end up meeting this big, huge rapper with a bunch of money. And I'm like, I'm not going nowhere. Regardless of what we go through, and I don't care what they have. I don't care. And for a minute, he was a little shooken up about it a little bit. For a little bit.
Did he see it as far as like you getting DMs, or did he feel it as far as like reading your comment sections? Or
No.
he just kind of felt that was just a feeling he had that, yo, you just gonna meet some big
Yeah.
star and then you out of there.
Yeah. And it was a lot of stuff going on social media. It was a lot of stuff going on, and things got a little shaky. I will say that things got a little bit shaky. So he had reasons to be a little worried.
When you
You
say a
know.
lot of things was going on social media, do you mean like that was circulating around you?
Yeah.
Okay, okay. You want to speak on that? With a lot of things circulating
Yeah.
around
So
you.
it was like I just had a lot of men were attracted to me, from my cocky demeanor, you know what I mean, and the way that I am and my confidence and my business mindset. It attracts my business mindset and my confidence attracts a lot of men. It does. And it's because I do it very naturally and it's just me who I am. And so I did fall for it a couple times, but I always was and let him know about it, so it did cause a little friction there.
I
But
noticed
prior,
your business mindset, not to cut you off, but I noticed your business mindset by like your Instagram. Like you do a
yeah.
lot of things for social influencers.
Hmm.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I do. I have a talent agency actually.
Right, right, right.
Yes, my talent agency. So he began to pick up on it, and it did cause a little bit. But because I had a conversation with him previous to, where I set him down and I said, "Listen, I'm not ready yet. Like I'm still. I had my daughter when I was, 23, 24. I haven't had a chance to really explore life. He was older than me.
Mm-hmm.
So where he was at in life and where I was at in life was two different levels of life. He was at his level where he was ready to sit down, be married, home, military life, and da da da. And here I am, this 20-year-old girl. I'm running crazy. You know what I mean? And he loved me for the fact that I was honest enough to tell him that, listen, I'm not here yet. I'm not where you are yet with this marriage thing. I'm not there yet. So we stuck it out, and because what we always stuck true to when it came to our marriage was we were not going to be a statistic in marriage. Basically, an easy quit. You know what I'm saying? There's no
So
abuse
y'all
happening
stuck by
here.
for better or for worse.
We stuck by for better or for worse. There's no abuse. There's no abuse. There's none of that happening to where something should be able to come in between from everything that we've invested and break it apart. We're going to go through things that's not going to be perfect, but we always had the goal of being able to be that couple that say that we've been here for 65 years together and we stuck it together. So that's what we're working on. And right now, because he allowed me to go through my growth stages and not break away from me, now we at the happiest time of life right now. You know?
Congratulations on that.
Yeah.
But with you getting to this here point, as you were saying,
Hmm.
how do you feel in today's times? Do you feel like marriage still matters? Because I noticed that you said something that even though you made the commitment to get married to your husband, you
Hmm.
still informed him like, "Yo, I'm not even there yet,
Yeah.
but we
Um,
gonna work through it." But
yeah.
I'm personally not there yet. But you want to get married, you want the family and all that. All right, let's do
Yeah. Um, well, we was already married when I told him that, but I still
it.
was younger. So let's go
Oh,
ahead and clarify that right there.
yeah.
Um, I believe that marriage is still worth being married. Some people are not worth being married to.
Hmm.
That's my thing on
Shoot, that was deep. Let's take a shot on that.
it.
Y'all heard that, everybody? Marriage is still needed, but some people are not needed to be married to. I paraphrased it. You said it better than me.
Yeah, that's I mean that's honestly my thing, and you know
The reason why I
I
say that is because I don't know where you're at spiritually,
yeah.
but the reason why I say that is because coming up, uh, divorce was frowned upon.
Hmm.
Like your grandparents, they've been together through everything. Great grandparents. You know what I mean? Like back in the day, a man could have a whole family on the other side of town, but ain't shit breaking up to this and that. To
Yeah,
now in today's time, where it's almost frowned upon. It's like they are pushing like a different agenda, like the LBGTQ agenda.
they
They
pushing
want,
whole agenda.
yeah, they want everybody to basically say they non-binary or whatever like that. And I
Yeah,
notice now um, that statistic wise, uh, the the number of new marriages is declining. So I was gonna ask you, do you feel like that's planned?
hmm
Because they will have everybody run around here to believe that these here spiritual books are from God Almighty, but now the government is going against giving the money if you preach against the book. So
Yeah,
how you feel about that?
I feel like it is a part of the agenda. And I feel like it's a part of the agenda because the agenda is to break up the home, which is why we're in the situation that we're in right now. Um, so there's a huge agenda out there where it's one thing to be an independent woman, but it's another thing where you feel as though that you are too independent to have that masculine energy within your home, especially for your children, is needed. So I think that right now we're at when it comes to the agenda, it is to raise hoes and thugs.
Yeah. You got a couple of women that run around on this here internet saying that um, they'll say the N word, but they'll be
Mhm.
like, yeah, N word can't tell me shit.
Yeah,
But
but
then they wonder why they get embarrassed on this platform,
mhm.
constantly going at men in this here tone. But when you said that, I want to be clear that I do think it's an agenda, and I don't just think it's on black people. I just think that black people was the guinea pigs to see how it would work out.
Yeah, we always that.
Yeah,
We are the test rats.
yeah.
We
Like
are.
back during the Clinton era, the drug era, the crack era, when they was taking all the black men off the street and taking all the black women off of welfare and making them work. I think that that was the experiment period, and
It
now
was.
it's just like, oh, we going at everybody now.
Hmm. Definitely. Definitely.
So how do you feel? I noticed that you're all natural. You don't see that a lot in black women no more. Like they either wearing wigs or you know weave or stuff of that nature. I don't know if you do wear it at times, but I notice every time I see you, like um, you're an all natural. You're all natural black woman. Um, how did you come to not decide to be down with the trends and I guess embrace your blackness 100%?
I began to become natural because I used to wear the lace fronts, all that,
The
you know,
makeup, all that.
the makeup. I never really got into makeup much. I tried it, but I never liked it. But the lashes and the lace fronts, I did wear those. But when I began to understand what self love was, okay, and I began to understand how society wants black women to hate who they are. Meanwhile, society is turning into and taking the traits of black women. So they wanted me to hate my hair. They wanted me to hate my natural features. They wanted me to hate my nose. They wanted me to hate all those things. But then they go into the doctors and they go get the same exact things that we have, you know? So that is what made me, and I push self love a lot when it comes to what I do every day. That's a part of my brand is self love and teaching women that it's okay to wear makeup. But if you find yourself only loving yourself without if you're putting foundation on and the foundation of your heart and your body does not have love in it, you're still broken.
Mm.
Regardless how much makeup or how much you try to fix and patch it up, internally you're still bruised. So I had to understand that and begin to understand my beauty. And when I began to look around in society, and I used to walk around and I'm like, she got on a lace front, she got on a lace front, she got a BBL. And then I look at myself, right? And I'm like, wait a minute, I'm rare. So with me understanding that I'm so rare that from me just being naturally me and not wanting to follow the trends, I said, I'm going to go with it. If me looking opposite of you makes me different, I want to stand out and be that. And right now, being natural is rare. And it also shows how much I love myself. Not saying that a woman that wears it doesn't love herself, but if she finds herself hiding behind it or trying to be, or she can only be confident with it on, she needs to take it off.
Mm. Yeah,
Because
yeah.
there's some women that when they take that wig off, they're one personality. They don't have the same confidence. They can't talk the same music. But when they put it on, they confident, they cocky, they love themselves. That's backwards.
I call them hats.
It is a
But
hat.
like I done seen women name their hats like
Yeah, they
different
do.
stuff, and
Yeah,
then they
they
be
name.
like they act different with this on. So I do see what you saying, man.
Yeah, and the thing is we're going to go get. I was telling a sister. I said you went to go pay over a couple $100 to $1,000 for some straight hair. Meanwhile, the Caucasians is looking at your curly hair, trying to figure out how to get yours like that, how to get theirs like that.
Yeah, that's the
But
last
you're
thing they
gonna
trying
go,
to do.
yeah. So why you don't just want to wear what you got? You put all that time into that hair, lacing it on, putting the glue on, doing all this, doing all that. Won't you take that same time and nourish your own crown?
And the makeup too, man. I mean, like it's nothing wrong with I guess with makeup, but when they overdo it and try to make themselves look 3 or 4 shades lighter, that's when I'm like,
You want me to tell you my honest thing about the makeup and why I don't wear that?
yes.
Because I don't want to look like a tranny.
Hello. That's been trending pretty much lately, man, with Tasha K and T.S. Madison. That situation. I don't even
Yeah.
know if you
And
up
I
on
feel
that.
like that with us wearing that and wearing the makeup and wearing the doing the BBLs and the breast implants is making us, it seems to me, when I always look at timelines. Okay. And this whole BBL thing came on the brink of this whole transgender LGBTQ empowerment thing. And it makes me feel like that they push this whole artificial black woman out there to fit in with a trans woman. So
Mm.
where you cannot tell the difference.
And I
So
was gonna
that's
ask you that because I was never ever aware of that
mhm.
because I don't live in the world where BBLs are prevalent, right? But then when I got schooled on it by some women that's had it, and because I got in a lot of trouble speaking out about that. So when I talked to them and then I noticed it, to me I don't know if it's a doctor thing or anything like that, but it's like they all got the same shape.
It is.
And
It
then not
is.
only that, I did a series of it kind of sounded insensitive, but insensitive wasn't what I was going for. You know what I mean? Basically, I was saying that how can you bring life into this here world, but then pay these amounts of money and know that the surgery is risky enough to take your life, and then when something happens, you want people to mourn over you. Like when you had a decision, I'm like, yo, I'm not telling you what to do with your money. I'm not telling you what to do with your body. I'm not telling you what to do with none of that. The only thing I'm saying is, don't fault me for how I feel if you die. Cause like what
Yeah.
I'm saying is these people is going to other countries, all of that. Jackie O, she just passed. And to me, it's sad, and it's especially sad when a black woman does it, because like black women will stand up here and be like, "Yo, I'm the mother of civilization. I'm this and that, and all this and that," and you literally died trying to get a body that you know is not yours.
Hmm. Yeah. Yeah. It's a whole part of the, once again, that test rat thing. It's
So
whole
you
it's,
say
it's
you,
this whole thing.
so you say you big on women empowerment, or
No, not.
you're not big on women empowerment. No, but I'm saying that you said that you teach women. I guess like the natural aspect of it, like loving yourself as a
Yeah,
woman.
yeah. Love you. Yes, I do that. I will. I love to inspire women
You
to
love
love
to inspire
themselves.
women to
Yeah.
embrace like their natural
Hmm.
blackness. How do you
Yeah.
go by doing that? Do you do that more by living by example, or do you actually give classes for that, or what?
So on my live, what I do is I do a lot of motivational speaking. On my live, using music to actually talk to women about, their love, relationships, and just empowering them to love who they are, regardless of what people say. I do also speak to women. They can call me and I talk to them. They may be going through things or anything like that. So I definitely do that too. But me, myself, I live in it by being transparent. You know, the only way that I can inspire women is to so they can see that they're not by themselves. You're not perfect. You're not, no matter how, and that's the thing with women. We try to put ourselves into these perfect boxes. You're not going to fit there. You know, so you're going to have everybody have a negative aspect of themselves. So I always have people and women teach women to understand the negative aspect of yourself,
Mm-hmm.
either to use it or to better it, one or the other. Because you can stress yourself out and put yourself into depression and beating yourself up about the things in which people judge you about, or the things in which you have made mistakes about, when you can just accept it for what it is, either change it, live with it, or use it for later, one or the other. So that's how I do it. For just to give you an example, there's women who I tell women all the time, they get talked about their features. They may have they may be big, they may be a BBW. And I always let them know, if you understand history, the original video vixen was a BBW.
Yes.
Okay? So you have to understand the
What
history and
about if you're
don't think
talking to a BBBW?
a BBBW. What's
Yeah,
that?
like a
Say
300 to 400 pound BBW.
it depends. I still teach. I still go to self-love.
Okay, okay, okay.
Because you have to understand, I'm an open-minded person. There are some people that has no problem being 400 pounds.
Right.
There is. And who am I to judge?
But I would look at it as what you're saying is, if you go back to self love, that if you really, really loved yourself, then you wouldn't let yourself go to that extent. Because, like I
Possibly.
say, like if you comfortable at being 400 pounds, okay. But now, if you on here um, professing that you're comfortable, but then, or if you on here confessing that you're not comfortable, if you saying that you got stuff like congestive heart failure or this and
That's the
that,
difference.
yeah, and you
Now, if you
big.
know you got problems and you ain't fixing it, that's different.
That's what I'm saying. But you get
Yeah.
on here and you smoke cigarettes and you do all that. That's not self love.
Yeah, that's different.
Or if it is, don't cry about it.
Yeah, that's different.
That's what I'm saying. So the self love part, um, you do it multiple ways.
Multiple ways, including with myself.
Yeah, example. You live by example. Um, you open to speak. You open to counsel people. And yeah, I get it.
Yeah. And I did it because just to go back to this whole social media thing, when I came to social media, I wasn't like this. I wasn't. I was rough on the edges. I was broken when I came to social media. I didn't even know what my lane was.
Right.
I didn't even know what my purpose was on social media when I started. So it's been this, but I've always went up. This whole time I've been going up and finding what my purpose was, and this is where it took me. So when I finally figured out what I was supposed to do on social media, this is where it took me at. So, but and it only came from I had to use my pain and put it into a passion, and that's what I did. So when I came, I was depressed, I was broken, I was like any other woman. You know,
So
I wasn't always like this.
when you speak on you say you are anti women empowerment.
Hmm.
Speak on that.
I'm very anti in women empowerment. The reason why I say that very bluntly is because I think that women's empowerment is a delusion. I really do, and I think that women's empowerment is leading women down the wrong lane. And the reason why I say that is because you will have a woman that would know for a fact that their sister is dead wrong. No, she's wrong. There is no excuses. And they will give you 10,000 excuses on why she made a mistake. Oh, she was mentally ill, or she was, but if it was a man, you wouldn't do that. He would be every bit of, he ain't nothing, he ain't this, he ain't worth the dime, he ain't none of that. So why when it's this woman, if maybe she was going through this, I don't care about none of that. I don't care about none of that. Because if that's your sister, you should have no problem. Telling your sister she's wrong is women's empowerment. Telling your sister she's right when she's wrong is enabling. That's not women's empowerment. Making excuses for her is not women's empowerment. And that's what our sisters are doing. A lot of them, to prove that they have a sisterhood or to prove that they are about women, they're lying. You're lying to your friend. You're watching your friend fail her children. She's going out to the club at night. She barely feeding these kids. The kids ain't passing grades. They ain't doing what they gotta do. She ain't spending no time, but she with a man.
Mm.
You not calling her out for that. You're not calling her out. That's your sister, and she just needs some me time. How much me time does she need? She needs 7 days of me time.
How you feel about not only the women that applaud that behavior, but basically the women, because you have these here group of women who be like, I don't need no nigga for shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, we independent, we doing this shit, a nigga can't tell us shit. And then, like you say, one day they wake up and they like, dang. Or either they say this shit, I'm talking about black women in general, but then they will say negative stuff about black men dating outside their race.
I honestly think that women that are like that, they're going to be by themselves for a very long time. Okay? And I think it's because people have a misunderstanding of what an independent woman means. An independent woman doesn't mean that you don't want or desire a man in your life, okay? Or that you have to run the show. I'm one that still believes that I have old beliefs. I come from a great background. And I believe that a woman, it's okay for her to have her own. I always tell women, make sure you have your own, do your own thing, but don't do it to where you think that you the man. You're gonna be by yourself. Any man of kingship is not gonna sit around with that. They're not. And you're gonna run them away because you're trying to dominate a man. You can't. And I think that's what's happening. You have a lot of women with masculine energy.
Do you feel like it's too much masculine energy?
I do. I think there's a lot of women with masculine energy and they don't know when to sit down.
Because I was gonna ask you, how do you feel when it gets to the point where a woman can do all these things, like get up in a man's face, cuss them out, degrade them, say they ain't shit, and I ain't even talking about no physical pushback from a man, but if a man just says, you know what, just leave me alone, B word, then all of a sudden it's, oh my God, I can't believe he called this here black woman a B. I can't believe, but you leave out that you've been fucking with him for about 3-4 months until he finally snapped.
Yeah, and that's what I mean by women's empowerment is going wrong. Because in my mind, when I think of a man, it's okay for him to have emotions. And I think that society and generational curses have painted us to believe that men don't have them. Emotions are not a gender trait at all. It's a human trait. And if you keep poking the bear and you in his face, you're doing this, you're doing that. And then finally he snapped, then he's he's an abuser, he's verbally abusive. And then you're gonna have those women that's on the side saying, that's what you should have did, girl. Knock his head in, girl. That's abuse. So what we have done in society is we have ignored female abusers. That's abuse. But we have made female abusers okay. Yeah. It's a pass for, and if he finally snaps, he's the wrong, and society has it to where when he snaps and she calls the police, he's automatically going to jail.
He's an animal.
Automatically.
Yeah.
But if he goes and say, this woman has been in my face, she's been doing this, she spit on me, she kicked me, she did this, and I just pushed her off of me, and she got a scratch, he's still going to jail. And it's because not only the laws, but society has it built up as if there are not females that are toxic, narcissist abusers. There are. We've turned a blind eye to that fact. We've made it, once again, this whole women's empowerment and sisterhood has made it be that women cannot be abusers. And just because they have a right to have emotions, then they need to learn how to control them as well.
And I
Just
was
like
gonna,
a man has to control them.
yeah, I was gonna ask you. That's a great analyst on that, because I was gonna ask you. Black women always. I kind of feel like it's like how you said, as long as you're a black woman, I don't have to hold you accountable for nothing. It's kind of like, like I got your back no matter what type of shit like that. Not all black women, because like I said, like all black women ain't out here, you know, hoop line
Yeah.
and all that. But I'm just saying, the women that do it, um, they'll be quick to point out what's wrong in society, what's wrong in black relationships, what's wrong with all this black, 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 black. Um, if anybody dates outside their race, they'll sell out, this and that. But do they ever stop and think that their behavior could make the situations that they're complaining about way better? Because when I say that, like, let's just say a black man's first experience with a black woman is one of these here crazy experiences where they knocking out the windows of your car, they want to cut you, they want to do all this here. Wouldn't that in normal drive you somewhere else? Like, wouldn't that like traumatize a male that maybe they won't openly say it, but they'll be like, shh, man, if black women act like this, then shit, I'm going over here.
I mean, yeah, it can traumatize a man, honestly. I'm not one of those women that get upset when men go outside of a race. I don't. I'm not. I'm just. I got bigger fish to fry, so that's not one of the things that I carry a lot of hate about. Um, but I do think that it comes from somewhere. I do. I think that when a man, now here's my problem. What I don't like is, and what I if a man, I don't like when men will put all black women in that one box of the women who hurt him. Okay? So
Mm.
if you're gonna go outside the race, don't compare them to the women that you dated, because all black women are like this. So that's my thing. So I
But do
do
you
think that
see
it
where
comes
you
from,
could get into that?
I do. I know where yeah, it
Because
could
I
get there.
I agree with you. You should not make everybody pay for the actions of one.
Hmm. Yeah.
But could you just, okay? Let's just say it ain't just that one, but like you say, they running packs. So and he putting up with that. Her friends doing the same shit. Like till you get into a thing like, and I mean like we know common sense tells us that every person is different.
Hmm.
But like you say, it's these here images they giving us. On
Yeah.
TV you seeing it. You got the blue face and all of that going
Sean
on.
Rock. Yeah.
Yeah, you got all these here uh examples of women blowing up, and you see in the comments they like, "Oh, we got your back, girl," and you just, you know what I'm saying, you growing into the woman you need, you know what I'm saying? Black women unite. And
No,
I
it's
just
a
look at it
delusion.
and I laugh because it seems like the people with the worst behavior, they got all the answers.
It's I wouldn't say it's the people with the most behavior that got all the answers. That's what they want us to see. They want us to see toxic black love. That is why you're seeing Krishan Rock and Blueface everywhere. That's why you're seeing these relationships that have a toxic root, and it's because that's what they want to push. They're wanting to push me myself. When I look at the media, I look at the way they pushing it, and they want women to look a certain way, and they want men to look a certain way at a certain time, and it all has a purpose to me. And I think that the whole toxic love thing is big right now. The whole toxic love thing, you know, um, and I think that the way that women are today, yes, it can push a man outside of his race, just like it can push a woman outside of her race. And I think it all is rooted in what society is pushing. which is the breaking of the home. That's honestly what I believe. That's what I believe. They want to break the home in any way whatsoever, and that's what they want to see. So if they want to show a woman that's being abusive, and then they're going to regurgitate that to other young girls to think that what Krishan Rock and Blueface is going through, she can do it too, and she can get away with it. She can. That's why you're seeing women beat on men. You're seeing more of that, but they're not going to get the same thing as Krishan because they don't have Krishan Rock money.
Yeah, they're not gonna be a celebrity for doing it.
Yeah, they're not going to do. They're going to go to jail. You know what I mean? So I think that that's just what society is pushing when it comes to, black women and black men. I think that it's a whole agenda being pushed for masculinity in women and femininity in men. And I think that women today many have lost what it takes to be a woman, and many of them have lost faith in what it takes to be a man.
Do you think marriage ever come back in style? As far as the agenda pushing it.
I think marriage will come back in style when people learn to be themselves. And I think that we're far away from that. And that's because everybody is following trends. Everybody is wanting to follow the next big trend. What's everybody talking about? And I don't think marriage is dead at all. I just think that the quality of people to be married is dead. And we're losing that because you got to think about it. Right now, we have young girls watching all these rappers, and they want to be. I was watching the other day. Being a hoe is content. That's content creativity.
Hey, yeah.
Okay, being a 304 is content creativity, and our young children are watching that, and they're wanting to be that. They're wanting to be a hoe. So I don't think that marriage is dead. I think that because we are picking up on what the agenda is, which is to break up the home and marriage, we're losing the quality of people that deserves to be married. Many of these, like I always tell these women all the time, when the last time you cooked? When the last time you cleaned? I ask men that all the time. Men always come to me and say, why are women so masculine? Why are you so feminine? Why are you doing this feminine behavior that you're seeing out in society? This is feminine. Why are you doing this? But
That's
because,
a great answer back.
yeah, why are you doing feminine things? And it's causing women to lose faith on what quality of man they want. What's out there for us? We already got the slim pickings because they already crossing over the rainbow. So now we gotta question your masculinity, and then you also coming with with feminine energy around you, acting like a woman. Now we gotta question you and wonder, can you lead us? And I think that a lot of women are wondering and questioning, can this man lead me and through this life that I'm supposed to live in this marriage, in this relationship? I've talked to so many women that say, listen, I love this man, but I can't trust him to lead me. He's not properly understanding finances. He's not properly understanding, taking care of the home and making sure that our foundation is good. Just like I talk to men that say, there's women that has a lot of mad. Why do women think that they're men? I don't think that I'm a man at all. I don't think that I'm a man. I know what I am. It's just that you as a man needs to understand who you are. I understand when you have, and these men want these women that they see on TV. That's not going to give you a family. That woman on TV is not going to give you family.
No, she gonna get you broke.
She gonna get you broke. She can't build you a legacy. She can't build you nothing. She can't cook you a meal. DoorDash is who cooking your meals every day.
Yeah, she gonna get your
So
Uber
they're
Eats
looking.
bill.
Yeah, they want to complain about. It's vice versa. Men is complaining about women aren't good, but they're looking for the women that's on TV, and women are complaining about the men that's out there, but they're looking for a thug. I was just telling women the other day, you want a man that's a thug. I gave him this real equation, and I used Young Thug for a fact. Young Thug was one thug in Atlanta. That's one city. It's one thug. It was 12 rats that ratted on him. Why would you want a thug? It's already, the streets is not what it used to be. It's not the same. So why would you want To chase something that has a everlasting life of stress, everlasting life of worry, when you can go chase, because women always say, well, there's no men out here. No, it's women, it's men out here. You don't want them.
Yeah.
You want the thug. You want the one with the change. You want the ones that's showing their money. You want the one that's in the club. You don't want the one that's getting up at it and working his corporate office job dressed up. You don't want him.
They
So
got the
don't.
career.
They got the career. He's a lame. You don't want him. So don't say it's women. It's no men out here. But that's not what you're trying to chase. You're not chasing men. You're chasing boys. That's this boy, and that's a boy. A true man of value knows that what he's looking for is not in the streets when it comes to building a family and a legacy. It's not out there.
I agree.
It's not out there. So what are you chasing that for? And it, just like a man should know, a hoe can't build you no happy home. She can't. She not gonna cook for you. She barely gonna clean for you. She gonna lay around. She gonna do just that.
And talk
Give you,
shit.
and talk shit and give you sex, and that's it. She gonna give you sex for birthdays, anniversaries, and everything else, and that's your gift. So you can't say what's out here if that's what you're looking for. You're looking for what's on TV.
Hey, that's a great answer, man, what you just said, because you right. Men got to check themselves too.
Yeah.
When men are complaining about, oh, she don't cook, she don't clean, she don't do that. But you met her in the Instagram DMs.
Yeah.
Or you met her at the club, at the
You met her
strip
at the
club.
club. Yeah.
Yeah, so like, I mean, it's kind of like you was explaining in the early times in your life how you was in the streets, you was thugging, and this man with a military career came by and basically had to say, hey, listen, this here what I'm about.
Yeah. And I wasn't ready.
But
And
he
that's
took the
why
lead.
he took the
Yeah.
lead and he said, listen here, you crazy girl. I'm trying to give you this life that you're looking for.
With
It
the
took me,
daughter, with our
yeah,
daughter. Yeah.
with the daughter. I got my own home, my own everything. But I didn't know what I had. I was still young and stupid. I was still young and dumb and didn't realize that I had what I needed right there in my face.
Well, you're definitely a living example of what perseverance will do in a marriage.
Yeah,
Because now you're saying that y'all are in y'all best times.
best times.
Miss Savage Royalty, ladies and gentlemen. Make sure y'all go get her and sharing her link to her channel. Make sure y'all go over there and y'all subscribe. Let her know where you came from. So, Miss Royalty, where do you see yourself as far as being an influencer, business-wise, like in the next 10 years?
Next 10 years, I see my brand big, really
Talk
big.
about your talent agency real quick.
I have
What services you provide?
Savage Royalty Entertainment. That's where I basically teach. I teach up and coming influencers how to grow themselves on social media, how to brand themselves, not just to be on social media, just playing around. But social media is the new entertainment. People don't really watch TV, so I teach them how to grow themselves and brand themselves and market themselves on social media with my brand, with my talent agency, Savage Royalty Entertainment.
Okay. And
Yeah.
if they wanted to get in contact with you,
You can go to savageroyalty.com.
savageroyalty.com, ladies and gentlemen.
No Y at the end of royalty. You're not gonna find me that way.
Or either you can find her on Instagram,
Yes.
and her YouTube channel is linked. Go Getter's already on the job. She got your website in the chat. So
Thank
yeah,
you.
man, I really, really enjoyed this here interview.
Thank you so much.
You're gonna have to come back.
Definitely. Whenever you're ready for me to come back, I'm here. Let me know.
Hey, I appreciate your time.
All righty.
Savage Royalty, ladies and gentlemen. Where's our white people clap at? Okay, here we go. Savage Royalty, ladies and gentlemen. And thank y'all for coming out to another successful Skinnosphere podcast. Make sure you share this here out. Appreciate you, Retro813. Said, salute Skinny, good show tonight. Gummy Granny said, I got a BBL on my hunchback lump. Salute. Salute to y'all for coming out. And yeah, man, like I said, share this content. We have to take responsibility as a leader for making sure that the content that you put out to your people is not always toxic, and basically giving the people, diverse things to, diverse content to, watch. And with that being said, Skinnosphere all through the atmosphere, Skinny Naughty all through your body. We are out until next episode.